What's going on YouTube? Thanks for joining in with the channel today. Today, we're gonna go over the best mods for the 3.5 and 2.7 Ecoboost F150s. You can't go on any of the Facebook pages or forums without the question coming up 10, 20, hundreds of times. What is the best mods for the 3.5 Ecoboost? So today, I'm gonna go over all the modifications that I've done to my 2015 F150 and talk about the performance, the pluses, the minuses, and at least the top 5 things that you should do to your F150 to get the most out of it. All right? So we have my 2015 F150 Platinum. It has the rough country 6-inch suspension lift with their basic Vertex shocks and struts, you can see, and it is riding on Fuel Rebels with 35-inch Nitto Ridge grapplers. Later on in the video, we'll do a driving down the road about 60 miles an hour just to see what kind of road noise. I get that question a lot with what kind of noise that these tires put out. Yep, we'll walk around here to the front. So one of the first mods that I say every Ecoboost owner should definitely invest in is a catch can. I run on all my vehicles UPR catch cans. There are lots of catch can offerings out on the market. Some of them very basic that have no check valves built into them, and they can get the job done, so to speak, but they are not the best out there. And when it comes to doing something, I want to do it right and do it right the first time. So one of the things with the UPR kit is they also have an additional high boost line that comes off the charge pipe and goes into the can as well. I'll insert a video here where I emptied my catch can a couple weeks ago, and you'll see all the nice black sludge that comes out of it.
Holy crap. Oh my God. And that crap goes back in the motor any other way.
Yep.
Wow.
That's 800 to 1,000 miles the road trip.
Wow. Of goo.
Yep.
Let's have a drink.
The second modification, of course, is a air intake. There are many offerings on the market, from Airaid to JLT to AFE. You can't go wrong with really any of them. It comes down to price point and what look you want, and whether or not you want to have a open filter element or a closed lid. This particular Airaid unit can run with the lid off or on. So that's one of the reasons why I went with this particular Airaid unit. The third modification that every Ecoboost owner should definitely invest in is a aftermarket intercooler. It's going to be hard for the video to pick it up, but the factory intercooler only consists of this space behind the bumper, right? And the issue with that is back-to-back hits or pulls with your truck is going to increase IATs, and with IATs increasing, the truck is going to pull timing out, which they're going to pull power out of the truck. So it's going to make less power. So by changing the intercooler with the aftermarket unit, it's not necessarily going to add more power, but it's going to allow you to get more out of the truck consistently, whether that be you towing long distances or doing back-to-back pulls on the street, doing some fun runs, so to speak. So I run the Wagner competition intercooler. You do have to modify the separator here between the bumper so that the larger portion of the intercooler then comes up behind the grill now. So you got your whole opening here, and it goes up behind the factory grill, and you might be able to see it through in there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it pulls up right below the bottom of the Ford emblem here. and camera. So it definitely gets more surface area behind the grille, therefore allowing, you know, more air to pass over and definitely keep those IETs down. Moving on to the next thing. When it comes to the Ecoboost, a big topic of discussion, of course, is what is the best exhaust system, right? Because these trucks, you know, being 6 cylinders, they can definitely sound, you know, like a Honda fart can, right? No one wants their, you know, tough looking truck to sound like a Honda. So while there are many exhaust offerings out there, I elected to go with the Corsa Sport exhaust. I did not change anything with the factory manifolds. I still have factory manifolds, factory cats, and the factory resonator. I am simply running the Corsa Sport catback system. See here, that goes straight up to the factory resonator, and then is a catback, comes over the axle and back into the now dirty dual tips. So I'll get a video, start a video of how this exhaust system sounds. I think it gives it the perfect, you know, happy medium, deep rumble sound, and definitely livens up the truck a whole lot. Another thing when it comes to these vehicles, these trucks, is bed covers. There are tons and tons of bed cover offerings on the market. Soft, hard, retractable, foldable. For me, I wanted, of course, again, the best on the market. And the best on the market is the Retrax, for both the aluminum durability, lifetime warranty, and the fact of how easily it opens and closes. Push the button. Of course, if you had it locked, you want to unlock it, and then slide it open, and boom. The negative to this bed cover is how much space it eats in the bed. It will eat up about 11 to 12 inches of your bed. So with a short bed, you are definitely going to be losing vital area in your bed. The ease of opening and closing and then locking it back down. Of course, with the Platinums, you also have, you know, automatic assist for your tailgate, which they make now aftermarket. Get another picture of the fuel wheels with Nitto grapplers. And with the Platinum series, of course, you get the electric fold-out steps. I have them set to be off right now, but one of the other must-haves that people, you know, always ask is, what is the best floor mats? You got WeatherTech, you got Husky, you got numerous others. Those are the two big, you know, main companies that people go with. I run the Husky contour liners. I run them in both my F150 and my wife's 2016 Ford Expedition. I feel like they fit the best. Zero complaints in terms of, you know, tripping over them or anything like that. So you're definitely getting the best protection with those versus factory floor mats. I also run the full cover rear, which comes in handy with 3 young kids. You know, road trips, beach trips. This keeps a lot of the sand and junk food debris off and out of the carpet. So huge plus. And again, these fit so nice and flush. There's no tripping over it. There's no, you know, getting in and out and kids, you know, pulling it up, etc. So they fit perfect. Last but not least, we'll go over and talk about tuning. So with the F150 Ecoboost, there are multiple tuning companies out there, lots of options in terms of devices. Me particularly, I've run in the past with all of our vehicles the SCT X4. The SCT X4 Does come with canned performance tunes for your Ecoboost to run it on 87, 91, or even 93. These tunes are, you know, safer in the spectrum that it still leaves a little bit more on the table that you can ultimately get out of it if you went with an outside company. I did initially run the 87 and 93 can tunes on my truck to test them out. No complaints, but with everything else that I did with the intercooler, exhaust, intake, I wanted to see how much more I could get out of it tune-wise. So I did go with a more power tuning PRX 93 performance tune. So at the end of this video, of course, we'll go out, do some Dragy hits, and see what this thing does on 35s and the PRX tune. All right, let's get a exhaust video for you guys. Now that you got to see some of the modifications, let's get to the fun part. Let's get to see what kind of performance you can get out of these 0 to 60. So break out the Dragy and have some fun. Brake boosted. We got all-wheel drive. Let's roll forward a little bit, make sure it engages. All right. Brake boosted. Try to get it up to 2,500 or so. Real quick. Just go. All right, let's brake boost it. We got all-wheel drive. Let's roll forward a little bit, make sure it engages. All right, brake boost it. Try to get it up to 2,500 or so. It up to about 2,000 RPM and punch it.
30. Oh wait. Yeah.
Yep. Brake boosted up to about 2,000 RPM and punch it.
30. Oh my gosh,
fastest one, 536. Well, there you have it, YouTube. With the help of more power tuning and the additional mods that I've done to this truck, even on 35s and a 6-inch suspension lift, full weight, 4-door, big heavy bed cover, got this truck to go 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. I think that's flying for, you know, the size and the weight of these trucks. And I could only imagine if it was still stock height, stock size, wheels and tires. I'm sure it would probably a second off of that time. But very happy with the way this performs. And I think we're just gonna continue to enjoy it and, you know, maybe try to get a little bit better time out of it. Sorry, it was only, you know, 0 to 60, but, you know, trying to obey the laws, right? If you don't already, please share this video, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.